right, some people are gonna hate me for this right now, but I got the M3 behind me. I'm actually gonna go ahead and unwrap it. I wanna go kind of a different way with this car. I think I wanna go more of a track focused build. So instead of 19s, I wanna go 18s. I'm kind of getting over wrap as far as how I love the idea of wrap and I love how they can change the color, but I really like how paint is. Like I love having paint, you know, clean it. It's just, there's something about paint. So gonna go back to paint for a little bit. I also wanna get some of the work done on this paint. I'm gonna start unwrapping this thing. I'm gonna miss the orange for sure. I'm ready to kind of take a different path with it. And honestly, keeps it interesting. Give you guys some new things, but we're going back to space gray. I got the GoPro on too because I wanted to show you guys as I'm doing it. You guys could see what was actually happening. Got this idea from Dion from the Miata build we did. So let me know what you guys think of it. All right, here we go. Gonna do the hood first. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop out these pieces. These pop out real easy. There we go. Things actually on really well. Woo. Got that pearl. Forgot what this color looked like. I'm excited to see the actual color. So we're gonna be changing up the look a little bit on this car. And again, I know you guys are like, oh, you just finished wrapping it. This project has been going on since April. So I've had the car's been wrapped for like 5 months now. Like that video I made kind of showing you things was when it was, you know, first done. And then, like I said, I've been doing this since April. So to me, it feels like I've had this on forever and I haven't seen the paint. All right, let's move on to the fenders. It's amazing how easy this stuff comes off when it's hot. Cold, bye. The guy had put a lot of adhesive right here. I can see right here, there's some, right here, and to be honest, I would not do that wrapping a car. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm not a pro wrapper, but like I was able to wrap this and not use adhesive. I had to rewrap it because I had a couple spots I didn't like, and I was just on a time constraint. But in this kind of setting, it's kind of, I don't know, I'm a little bit bummed out that he would put the adhesive right there. It just, oh man, space gray's coming back. Oh man. But to actually get the rest of the car off, I need to actually take off the front lip, the rear diffusion, and side skirts. All right, so starting with the doors. The doors are a T30 or 25, which I believe I already, there you go, T25. So super easy. These right here pop off, this whole thing. There's a screw inside here. On some cars, it's right this way, sorry, right there. So okay, so you can see that piece goes ahead and pops off. Go ahead and take this off. Okay, so once that piece is popped off, this just pops out like that and then slides this way. Oh, this thing's in the way. Pops out, and then this comes out with a little plug. These are if you have the actual light underneath the handle. This is what that is right here. There you go, cool, and that's off. Really easy to take off the door handles. And there's little rubber pieces right here. take those off so we get the full wrap. Anytime you're wrapping a door too, you definitely want to take it off. All this stuff, this is a pain right here, so make sure this kind of stays out, because the second this thing goes in, you're gonna have some fun trying to get that out. Believe me, I know from personal experience. Okay, so actually the next thing we need to do is take off the door panel. So it's really annoying that it's like this, but where's my trim piece? Okay, so this door panel right here needs to come off. So it's a T20 for these. So, and I believe there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 that hold on to the door panel. And then once you actually unscrew these, so one thing that I don't like about how they made these, you can see even right here, I have a part that's broken. This right here, be careful when you pull out the trim pieces that you don't break these. I need to get a new one of these pieces right here so that I can actually make sure that the trim piece stays in correctly and everything. But okay, I have a little bit more to go on this one actually. So there's some pins back here, and some of them are really difficult. Like this side of the door tends to be really difficult because the ones that go in are not easy. There we go. So it looks like there's still one in here. This one's always the hardest for me. There's always one pin in here. One, let's see. So this right here. There we go, that's off. Doors off. Okay, so with this, let me kind of resituate myself. So careful, don't pull this straight off, because obviously you got a ton of wires connected. You have the part for the actual door handle. This, okay, let's see, where's, okay, so you have speakers. This one right here for the windows. Unplug that one. You have these 2 cables for the speakers. I'm gonna unplug that, whoops. And then this right here is actually super easy to pop out too. This is the door light. So like, for example, if you add like the M logo like I have, it's as simple as that. And then this one right here, this is for the, under like the lighting, there's a little glow. You can see this little light right here. The red lighting that pops out. There's a real subtle like red glow underneath this. And that's what that last plug's for. And then this one, I just unplugged it off, but it literally sits on just by a hook. So there's actually nothing to unplug. Like it literally just sits on like this, and that's it. See that? Just like that. So I didn't actually tear that off or anything like it looked in the video. Okay, cool. Door panel's off. So these will be for the mirror. I'm gonna go ahead and just take it all the way off just because it's easier to, if it's out of the way for now. There's 3 bolts, one's hidden under there. If you're ever wondering how to take off your door panel, guys, here's how you do it. And then there's a wire that goes through here. Cool, unplug that, and your mirror comes straight off. Make sure that you don't misplace the screws that screw in your door panel. So the 4 screws, 3 bolts for the mirror, speaker. All right, cool. Now, the part that sucks about this is once you close your door, you can't really open it unless you go from the other side. I probably could have rolled down the window, and then obviously make sure you're not closing anything in your door. But now, cool, I can get started to actually take this off. Let's go from the bottom and see if we can find something. It's not as hot today, so I'm gonna pull really carefully because it's a little bit more. There's a little adhesive's a little stickier today. Oh, sorry. The last thing I forgot to tell you guys is this part right here. This part just comes up and like that. Simple as that. You have to use a little bit of force. I don't want to yank on the wrap to where like I'm pulling off paint or anything. Like if it's not coming somewhere, I'm gonna take a break and grab a heat gun or something. There's something therapeutic about pulling this off. Putting it on as well, but And my wrap's fairly new. Like if you have an older wrap, it might be a lot more brittle. My wrap's obviously not super old, so. All right. Doors all off. Moving through the car. Okay, cool, that clicks in. Cool, the light, click this back on. Stick this through. Okay, take the light out. Find that part in here where it can click in and it'll slide to the left like that. And then click down. You have that locked in. Don't pull this, because if you pull this, it will come out because you don't have that piece in there. So let's grab that piece. What we're gonna do is go ahead and this goes back and then tucks underneath, and you'll see it actually sit flat like that. From there, then you can slide in this piece, and there's a little slot for that underneath. Okay, that clicks in, or not clicks in, it just sets in. And then we're gonna go back to that T25. T20. Take a T25. Now we're gonna come right here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and screw this back in. Putting the door panel back on. Obviously I do the same steps but backwards, but I always see like videos skip this step, and sometimes there's things that pop up when you do it. For example, this latch has to be a certain place for this to go in. Little things like you just want to click certain spots. So first off, okay, so again, make sure that you put on the seal first before you put that back on, because this lines up right here. It lines up all snug in there. Otherwise you'll have a seal that doesn't line up perfectly with the door. Okay, again, just like I mentioned earlier, seals are intact. Cool. All right, sweet. Goes up here. Okay, got that all lined up. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because you have to hold you have to plug in all these cables. So it's fairly straightforward. I mean, they kind of only clip in one place, but you can see that goes there, and that can actually clip into here, but you can't do that until you have it all settled out. Let's see. Okay, so this actually goes from the bottom, so you gotta put this in first, because it makes it easy to swap them out if you need to change them. So it goes in from underneath, clicks back in. Okay, cool. So now that you got that, okay, this right here has to stay up, because this is your actual thing that goes up and down, like your door lock indicator. I don't know what the hell it's called. Something. It's called something. And then this right here stays right here. So you want to make sure that when you go to put the door panel on, that squeezes. And I believe this hooks right around here. Oh, you got to make sure, sorry. One more thing, when you hook this on, you have to make sure this has tension. If there's no tension, when you squeeze the door handle, nothing will happen. You can see that right here. So you got to stretch this down to here, make sure it's underneath that, so that there's actually tension there on that. Just double check one more time, everything's plugged in. Good, good. This, under there. If you have another person to help you out with this part, I would recommend it, because it's one of those things, like I said, it's gonna take a lot of fiddling. So let's make sure all those are out right now. And then this sits on top of these. This is the hard part too, is the door. The way the door panel goes on, it sits on top. Sweet. So now it's just a matter of getting the 4 screws, T20. They shouldn't be super hard to go back in. If they're super hard, then something's misaligned or not on right. So, all right. And then the last step is to pop back in the chin. So we're gonna take this. Just be careful when you're popping this off, because the first time I ever did it, I broke a tab. And I mean, that's kind of like notorious for car parts in general. Like, get ready to break something by accident if you're taking this apart. I mean, be very careful, but pretty much the only thing you're gonna break here is a couple of pins on the door or on this. But anyway, it's all back together. All right, guys, doors all back together. Doors unwrapped. And we're gonna repeat for the other side. I don't feel like I need to show you guys the same process again. So obviously repeat the same thing for the other side. But I hope this helped you guys if you do end up taking off the door panel, or even if you're wrapping your car and you wanna take off everything to wrap it. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs up anyway. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video, and then, of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notifications for new videos. All right, see you guys in the next one.
Why you be all in my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with a line for nothing. I see that we different, you riding, I double my don't do